Alright, so you're going to notice that my Iwakuni videos kind of got cut short. So let me tell you what happened after I reached the entrance to the base. Once I got around to the entrance, I saw these two Japanese guys standing kind of in front of the base, and they were in uniform and stuff, so I went up to them and I was like, hey, so I know that Friendship Day is canceled, but is there any other way to get in the base? Like, do you have any tours or something? And they're just like, no, you can't do it. I mean, I guess in a polite way, but they were very firm. So I was like, oh, well, I came all this way. Can I at least take a picture? And they were like, no, you can't take a picture either. Uh, not behind this line. So I had to go back, and I did get a picture, but from further away. But I got my picture and kind of walked away, and I was so disappointed. Like, even though I got to see inside, you know, I came all the way up, and then they wouldn't even let me try to talk to the Americans and be like, hey, look, I'm an American citizen, I can enter. I think you need an escort. So I was walking, and I went in a couple stores, and then I found this church, and I was like, well, it sounds like they're still in service. They started at 10, it's 11 now. I'll just walk in. So I got in there, and they were still in service, so I got to sit down and listen, and it was so strange hearing an American service, well, English, and pretty much everyone there was American, hearing that in Japan. So it was a very surreal experience. It was like the perfect model of a church. They had kind of contemporary worship songs. The pastor was young and passionate and made sure to say that he wasn't part of the money-grabbing churches, or, you know, like defending his sermon kind of thing. And afterwards, they had a potluck, a Mexican Cinco de Mayo potluck, because today is Cinco de Mayo, by the way. And so they invited me to that, because I'm new, and the pastor came over and he's like, hey, you're new, what's your name? Hey, I have someone for you to meet. So he was very nice and introduced me to someone who then introduced me to someone else, and we were talking for most of the time. I told them that I wanted to go to Kintaikyo Bridge and to the chicken shack, which I thought was burned down, but they said that only part of it was. That was 3 weeks ago, so part of it burned down, but the main restaurant part was still intact, which I have no idea. I mean, Zach sent me that video of it burning. So this lady, a Japanese lady, Akiko, she invited me, or I'll take you to the chicken shack, let's go together. And I was like, no, I can't impose, that's too much. But she's like, no, I have nothing to do. You came all this way, let's go. So she took me over to the bridge, and we walked over, and we went to this 100 flavors ice cream shop. There were really 120 flavors. I tried pumpkin. I was gonna go with miso, but I thought pumpkin would definitely be enjoyable, so I did that. And we walked over the beautiful arched bridge and got to see like a zillion people walking over it because it's Golden Week, so everyone wants to drive for however far just to see a wooden bridge. I mean, it's a pretty bridge, but there were a lot of people. And then she drove me out to the chicken shack because she was like, no, the trains don't go out there. I'm sure of it. So I'll just drive you because it isn't burned down. So she drove me. And it was right after we had just eaten lunch and ice cream, so neither of us were hungry. And I got a bento. See, I got a bento. And I'm going now over to the port to eat it. So that was my time in Iwakuni. Sorry I didn't get videos or like commentary for all of it, but I guess this makes up for it. So that was it, and it was a cool town. I hope I can go back for Friendship Day if it ever happens again. It was cut because of, I already told you that. I hope hope this isn't too shaky. And that's all for